Hello, welcome to another exciting episode on Beyond Board podcast. Of course, you know who it is, your girl on your div, and with me in the studio.
It's still the same me as always. I don't need to stress it. It's still me, David Richard, that same guy with two English names.
Alrighty, guys. So today we have a very interesting topic, to share with you guys. So the topic is, what is that one thing you would change about your past
Mm.
if you could? Now imagine if you have the ability, or if God just give you that supernatural power, to go into your past, like a time machine, that time machine where you can just program me to a certain time, a certain season, a certain period in your life, just go back to your past. Imagine if you have that power. What is just that one thing you would change? Just that one thing.
Mm.
Maybe a lifestyle, I don't know, something that
Uh,
happened.
yeah. Going back in time to change something in the past. It's just let me just use a movie word. It's gonna be like changing my timeline. And changing my timeline will change my reality. And changing my reality will change might change other people's reality as well. It might affect a lot of things. But if I'm to go back in time to change one thing, I would change one person from dying, a very important personality in my life. I will change it. And the way I'm going to
Oh.
change it, I will change it in a way that's why I say if I'm to go back and alter the timeline, it's gonna affect not just me, but because I would change it and put myself in that position. If someone is to go, I would let that person go. I will be the one to go.
You would
I
rather
would rather
switch
exchange.
position.
I would rather
You rather
exchange
die.
myself. Yes, I rather exchange myself for that person to stay. That's actually one thing I would change. But
Oh,
I really do not know though. Most people would say they would want to change the way they look, the way the person they dated, their ex, their families. Some people will be like, I would love to go back to when I was born or before I was born to change some kind of things and this and that and that. Some people like to change so many things, but in doing that, it affects reality. It affects the timeline. There's a phrase, there's a timeline that exists. Like all what is happening right now is actually a timeline. And when you go back in time and change something, you have broken the timeline. You've created another timeline. Now, creating another timeline has given this other existing timeline a standby. You've put a pause to it. And right now, you're now living in another reality. And before switching back to this reality, it's going to take a whole lot.
so you rather not change anything?
I rather not change anything. Apparently, I rather not change anything than say I
Well,
will change something. But if I'm to change, that's the one thing I'm going to change.
I mean, if I'm to change anything in my past, it would be the day my shoe broke in church.
Ah!
My shoe heel broke in church. Listen,
Was it that bad?
it was the most embarrassing day of my life.
Are you
I could
serious?
still
Your church turned and looked
I could
at you.
still picture that day.
Ah!
Like it's happening right now. It was
Mm.
so embarrassing. And
Please,
now
let's take
I'll
her
tell
back
you
in time.
why. I'll tell you why. It's because that day I wore my best outfit.
Wow.
The dress I wore, I knew it was on top. Like it was giving the A game vibes, like
Wow.
100. I was killing it with
You,
my
you, you
dress.
were killing, you
And
killed
of
it.
course, there was this guy
You
in
took it
church.
knife.
There was this guy in church,
Ele.
that I was eyeing,
Ah, ah.
and I was trying to get his attention.
Oh no, this is where the thing is now getting
So,
serious.
because I was trying to get his attention, I decided to look good.
Wow.
Decided to,
Flawless.
have my hair, my nails, everything was on fleek and everything.
Damn.
Just because I'm trying to get his attention. Just notice me. I'm a sister. I'm a
You're a,
godly
you're a
sister
sister.
in the house of God,
You're using a sister.
I beg shift. So, it was time for offering, right? When you go to give offering, donate money. In Catholic Church, in Catholic Church, you have to stand up row by row to go and give your money. So, as a baby girl that I thought I was,
What a bombshell.
looking all
Not that you thought
sexy.
you were, you actually were.
Well, at the time, yeah, true,
You
yeah, I
actually were.
was.
Yeah.
I was. Of course, I'm always on point. So, I was catwalking
Hmm.
to go and give my offering.
What a bombshell.
Mm. The shoe did not know, rather, the heel did not know when to pull
When to
out.
pull out. Not even at your seat.
It chose
To wish the
the
front.
time where everybody, like there was just no escaping it. Like
Ah,
everybody
what a bombshell.
saw it.
Ah.
When it was about, okay, no, I think I actually dropped my offering. Yeah, so it was when I was about walking back to my seat.
Ah.
That was when my heel pulled out.
Oh, what a bombshell.
It was so embarrassing because I had to stop. So the person behind me did not understand why I'm stopping. Of course, my heel just pulled out. What can I possibly do? I can't do anything. I have to manage myself. It was like it was nudging me to move. I'm like, guy, my heel just pulled out. So I guess he noticed and he was just trying to encourage me. It's no big deal. But honestly, I felt like the ground should just open into. Let me just drown that day. It was so embarrassing.
But
It was
actually,
so
you didn't fall.
embarrassing. Like, of course, I did not fall. Hey,
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't.
Yeah.
I can't. I
Like,
can't
that
fall.
would be the worst
I mean,
embarrassment so far.
I was working, hopping on one heels to my seat. That was. Listen, that day the crush ended. Yes, I was crushing on this guy, but
But that did the
the
crush.
crush ended because
You
I felt
stabbed the
that I
crush.
felt like he has seen all of me. He has seen all of me and he will not have respect for me again.
But
So
that
let me
shouldn't.
just end it. If he still likes me after that day, let him make the move. I've tried. Because it was because of him that I did all of those things. Try to put myself together and then
And you now had a
the
pulled heel.
biggest embarrassment of my life.
Then you
Hey,
now
but
ate the pulled heel.
looking back at it, I have no regrets because, I was looking good that day. I was looking good.
Yeah.
It was that day I knew that
I could
I
imagine.
have a thing or two for fashion.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
I can really imagine.
I mean, it's in the past though. I've gotten over it, and hey,
But aside dressing that way or making that move, if you were to do something else, would you actually do something else other than that?
dressing that way
Yeah, like
to get his attention.
yeah.
First of all, then we're still growing up. Like how old was I then? I think I was like 16,
How about auntie?
17.
Auntie.
Yeah, so I was still very much young. So of course it's not
I
really
want to
about,
catch his attention.
yeah. As a teenager, there are things teenage girls do.
Yeah.
When they are all flirtatious, especially if they see their crush, they start smiling, sheepishly, start giggling, start laughing at their jokes, doing all manner of things, touching their hair,
Yeah. Give me
and,
some spokes.
and then the biggest flex then was using lip gloss. If your lips is not shining, you have not arrived. In fact, you're not in the baby girl level. Then I always had, well, of course, I didn't have enough money to buy, lip gloss then. So, so I was using Vaseline. Vaseline saved a whole lot of teenage girls' life back in the days. Let me just tell you now. So
Not
you can be
just not
watching this.
just the
You
old,
can be
not just
watching this thing
ladies,
now and
so
be feeling
also
like
the guys
I
as
mean,
well.
feeling like you're
Wesley
so
saved our
hip.
lives back then.
You're so hip and prim and proper and all of that. But Vaseline was the go-to lip gloss, and I don't know how they designed Vaseline then. it stayed longer. Like if you just put it on your lips, it stayed longer that period.
Yeah, that
It
period.
doesn't melt. You always have this shine. So I mean, teenage girls will do a whole lot of things. I scoop a little bit of the Vaseline and then I put behind my palm, like just here, just somewhere around here, just to keep reapplying all the time. And it lasts. It lasts for the duration that I'm out. I have to be
Wait,
outside.
like you keep it there and you
Yeah.
go out.
And it doesn't melt. Funny enough, like it doesn't run off. I don't know how they do well, this is not a back lash
Petroleum jelly.
at petroleum jelly. Please, you guys know. I'm just saying that then I don't know. It was different. I felt like it was different. It lasts
Yeah.
longer,
Longer, yeah.
especially for me, because when I scoop and I put behind my palm, it doesn't just run, like it doesn't get
It doesn't melt easily.
melted and then it runs off. I mean, it saved me then because all I just needed to do was scoop a little bit and reapply on my lips, and the baby girl
And you're
is back,
back.
all the time. Yeah, I mean, it was fun growing up. It was fun growing
So
up.
about growing up and changing things, is there any other thing you would feel like changing when, if you say, okay, you want to look way back, is there another thing you feel like changing? Because I actually, aside from losing someone dear, I might actually have something else to change because they say enough is not enough. Enough ain't enough. If I'm to go back, if you're to go back and change that day, there might be something else you want to change again. So would you actually go back to change something else?
I No, on that particular, no, apart from my heels, maybe wore a different shoe, probably. But I feel like it was all part of the growing up as a teenager trying to navigate this life. I was still understanding, my left from right, where to go and all of that. So I mean, it's part of the learning process for me. I would not want to change anything else apart from that shoe. You know,
You
there's
see
this thing
that
about
shoe, that
there's
shoe.
this
See, in
thing.
fact, do you still have that shoe?
Why will I have? Are you kidding me right now?
See, things like these are things I like to keep
Do you
for
know,
memory,
like
so that when I
that
bring out
was
that shoe,
the
look at it, see how you beat it.
that was the end. That was it. I never wore that shoe. There was no need for me to fix it. That was the end of that shoe. I just trashed it. Like when I go home, because of how embarrassed I was, I felt that shoe contributed to my embarrassment
Wow.
big time. So I mean, I did not want to fix the shoe or anything. I trashed it. As soon as I got home, that was it. That was the first thing I did.
That was a big
Trash the
like
shoe. And I
out you
was
go.
I was cursing when I was doing that. I'm
Ah,
like,
yeah, yeah,
you
yeah, yeah, yeah,
demonic
yeah,
shoe.
yeah, 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 yeah,
You were
yeah.
sent from hell to come and embarrass me. But hey, listen, it's part of the growing up process. And yeah, I would not change anything else about my life in the past. Yeah, maybe the mistakes I made, in my adult life, when I relationship wise, yeah, when I come to know more about myself as a lady, as a woman, and yeah, allowed certain kind of people into my life, you know. Um, I would not really want to change anything because I feel like those things contribute to who I am today. Like I've learned from those things
From
and I
those
know
things.
what to do and what not to do, certain kind of people to avoid and certain kind of people, to hang around with,
Yeah.
to still have in your life. Um, yeah, I don't think I would want to change anything major in my past. I don't think so. But hey, I just remembered. Thank you, Baba
Mm-hmm.
God. Thank you,
Mm-hmm.
Jesus. Listen,
We have catch it. We have catch that thing.
I love my parents. Let me just start by saying this. I love my parents. I love my parents to death. I love them so much. Like if I am to come back to this world again, I want them to still be my parents. But in a different situation, in a different environment, in a different circumstances.
Okay.
Yeah, instead of Dangote being Dangote, let my dad be Dangote. Like my dad is not Dangote. listen,
Man, this
in
is
that
one
kind of
timeline that when you alter
in
is gonna be a very bad one for
in that
Dangote.
kind of situation, guys, yeah, I would want to change that. If God grants me that power to go back into the past, maybe into the past, into my parents' past now, because it's not my past, right? Into my parents'
You go and
past,
warn them.
change the course of their direction, like just change their path. The path that they were following, just change it. Let you just be following Dangote's path. The path Dangote followed until he got to this billionaire status that he is now today, that everybody around the world knows him. Just change that path. Just steer my parents towards the right direction. Just steer them towards that Dangote direction. Or maybe is Dangote is still good, or Bill Gates,
Hmm. Okay.
Okay,
It's
but
all right.
I just didn't want to be greedy.
It's all
I
right.
said
It's
Dangote. I
okay.
said Dangote because
Hele.
I don't want to be greedy. But Bill Gates is not still bad,
Ah.
Bill Gates is not still bad. Or Jeff Bezos. If my dad is Jeff Bezos, I'm set for life. Listen, you can't talk to me. You
Wahala.
can't talk to me.
Wahala.
I'll be pulling up with my Rolls Royce in my Evoque.
But don't you think
Oh my goodness.
altering this timeline might actually affect things? Because this timeline of a thing, it's don't you think altering the timeline might affect things like maybe making him, let's say, directing his path towards being the next, or should I say, the Dangote of the next timeline, or the Bill Gates of the next timeline? Don't you think that might actually now make Bill Gates
Not be Bill
be,
Gates.
yeah, not be Bill Gates? Maybe he'll now become Gates Bill, or will now make Dangote be Te Dango.
The thing is, if God actually gives us that power, yeah, or if the universe gives us that power, that ability to go back into the past to change the timeline, I'm sure the universe and God, would have made provision for, of course, I will not be the only one that will have that power, of course. And I'm sure I'm not the only one that have this mindset now of wanting to change their parents' life, or even their lives too, to be Bill Gates or Dangote or Tedola or Jeff Bezos or this guy, Tesla, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, what was his name? Elon
Alien.
Musk. They want to change their life to be those people. I'm sure I'll not be the only one. So imagine if all of us, or Warren Buffett, is it Buffett or Buffett? I don't know. You know, I'm sure I'm not the only one that
She
want
says
to
buffet or buffet.
that yeah that want to change, their life to these people's life, to have the kind of life that these people have. I am sure. So I feel like God would have made provisions just in case 1 billion of us, or maybe 2 billion or 10 billion of us want to be like these people. I don't know, but I want to be number one on the list. If there is a list, let me be number one. Let me be number one to choose who I want to be first, so that by the time I choose, whoever remain, you guys
You
can.
can take the
I'm
rest.
not greedy. Just give me
You
Elon
now go and take
Musk,
Jeff Bezos
Elon Musk, Bill Gates. You can
or
take the
Bill
rest.
Gates.
You can. You can. I mean, you can take Dangote.
Nah,
Yeah, you don't want Dangote.
I'll still be the same person I am.
Really?
Yeah. The reason why I'll still be the same person, I still key into that altering the timeline. Because right now, yes, I would want to be rich if I have that power to go back in time and change something. The reason why I said I'll still be the same person I am right now is because in my life, there actually was a time
Mm-hmm.
when I could, at my disposal, it was at my fingertips. So at that point in time, I was feeling like I was Dangote's son.
I don't understand. You had
Then
an opportunity where you could change your life or change something in your
no, not
past.
like I had. Yeah, like if I have the opportunity to go change my past, I would change my. I will go back to when. Let me just say when. Let me just use this word because I've been dodging that word since. I'll go back to that time when I didn't have sense. When I didn't have that sense. Now, more look at your future. The future is not that far, but look at it. Use the sense now for that time. That's just the only thing. But if I'm to go back in time to just change one thing, but if I'm to go back in past to change multiple things, there are so many things I'm gonna change. But if it's just one thing, like I said, I would just go back and change that particular thing. But this timeline of a thing, altering the timeline, like I said, would now create another room for. If I'm to alter the timeline, maybe me and you would not be sitting here.
Yes, now of course we'll not be saying
Yeah.
that. How can I be Dangote's daughter or Bill Gates' daughter or Elon Musk's daughter, and then I'll be sitting here with you,
Maybe you know,
darling.
maybe if me I change.
I'll be on
Wait,
a cruise
wait. Do you
somewhere in
know? Wait, do you
Ibiza.
know if me I change my timeline?
I'll be on a cruise, my
Do
darling.
you know if me I change
I'll
my
be
timeline? If
on
you be
P
Dangote's
on
daughter,
different PJs, like flying the world, private jets. Like, are you kidding
no,
me?
I'm talking about
Flying
my
the world.
timeline now.
Hey,
I'm talking about my timeline now. Let's say now I go
you will
back
not
in
know
time to change my
me.
timeline.
If
Do
you
you
change
know
your
if
timeline, me, I will change my own.
no, that's what I'm saying. Do you know if I change my timeline now, if maybe that time now be Bill Gates' daughter, or maybe your
No, I will
Tedola's
be
daughter,
I will
maybe
be
you now be a daughter of
I will
Nigeria
be
is
Bill
moving from
Gates'
top to
daughter.
bottom.
I'll be Elon Musk's
Or do you know
daughter.
maybe you go and be the
You
daughter
know,
of the Azarum?
or maybe not Elon Musk's daughter. Maybe I'll be Elon Musk's wife. You know, I don't mind.
Well,
Or
maybe Tinubu's daughter.
Bill Gates. Daughter or wife. Either way. I don't mind. I don't mind. Or Jeff Bezos, maybe his wife or his daughter.
My dear, you
Anyone.
are going back. See, think of what you are saying. You are going back in time to change something that you are young to the
Anyone.
future.
Listen, I'm not
Something that you are
selfish.
young to come to the future.
I'm not greedy. Just
Except you now go and carry
anyone that
yourself from
God
that time and go
wants,
and carry yourself and put it where
if it's
Jeff
God,
Bezos' wife is.
if it's God that is saying that, baby girl, I want you to go back in time and choose, who you want to be your dad. I'll go back in time and choose your Moss, just choose your Moss. Just your Moss.
But just now you were
Same
saying that it's
story.
still your same father
But
that
I
you
mean,
still go and meet your same father.
if God just put it directly like that you have just one option. Go back in time. Choose who you want to be your father. Choose now, my daughter, because you will have no other option. Go back in time, choose, and then he presents this, array of
List of men.
billionaires in dollars, in dollars. Just present them on a platter of gold and say, baby girl, choose who you want to be your daddy. You're most baby. You are my daddy. You are my father. It is you that gave birth to me. We look alike.
Sorry.
We look alike.
Daddy, see, daddy
Oh
of
my
this
God.
lady. Yeah, they ought to change you in the past. They ought to change you.
Hey, I
see,
love my daddy.
she loves you 100.
I love my
But right
daddy.
now, then I want to change you. You said, might be praying for that kind of prayer that they will change you. Like,
I am sure.
you'll still be the same person, but
I'm
maybe
sure.
your name then, it will not be Jeff Bezos. Maybe the name will not be Jeff Bezos. It will still be the same name, but you'll just be in the position of
I am
Jeff
sure
Bezos.
even himself will be very happy. He will say, my daughter, you are making the right choice. You are making the right choice. Imagine God present that option to me.
Daddy, you are seeing it.
No, but imagine God present that option and my daddy is there.
God know why he no agree present that
My
option.
daddy loves me too much. He loves me too much. So
God know why he no agree
I'm
present
sure
that
he's
option.
going to just say, just go with Jeff Bezos, or Bill Gates, just make sure you're happy. Make sure you're happy. You have money. I know a lot of people will say, money is not everything. My dear, money is not everything to you. Money is everything to me, but not like I worship money. But just give me the money. Give me the money and
And you
I'll
have belly
be
full.
happy.
You have belly
Oh
full.
yes, I'll be happy. Don't come and tell me if you have money, you might still be depressed. It's you that want to be depressed. It's I mean, this life is very easy. It's very simple. Why do I want to start thinking about things that I shouldn't be thinking about or be worried about things I shouldn't be worried about? Let me tell you, if I have money, I'll just hop on my private jet, go to Ibiza. I don't know what I'm talking about Ibiza. It's like God is whispering this Ibiza to me. Like, this is my next location. No, I feel like God is actually talking. God is actually whispering. He's saying, baby girl, get ready, you're going to Ibiza. So in case you're listening out there and God has put the same thoughts in
in
your mind
to come and take
say,
baby girl to Ibiza. Come and
I'm
take
just
baby girl
joking.
to
I'm
Ibiza.
just joking.
God, talk to somebody. Come and take baby girl to Ibiza. So is that actually your final words to the viewers, people that would want to change something in their past? Do
Well,
you have something to tell them?
at the end of the day, yeah, do you? Do you? And if God presents that option, imagine God whispering in your ears and say, my son, my daughter, I've given you this power to go back in time, to change one thing that you would want
Now people like I make God know they like
to
give this kind of
change
power.
in your past. Do that now. I'm sure you will do that. You will not even think, Abby. You will not think. So please be like me. Make a very, very wise
That's
decision.
what I'm saying. Now people like you,
see,
now I make God know they
choose
like
a
give this kind
very
of power.
make
See,
a very wise decision.
God should have given
A
somebody like
wise
me power of
choice.
Superman, no.
A
But
wise,
he said no.
A wise choice for
Because
you.
there's somebody like you here.
Because suffer no they tire you. You never suffer too much. Choose the right choice for you. I mean, at the end of the day, hey, we're just speaking hypothetically, but I mean, if it happens, hey, it will be so
That's why
nice.
that's why God have not
I
given
wish,
one last wish yet.
I wish God can actually grant us that power. You guys, I'm sure you guys are on the same page as I am. I mean, we'd love to hear from you, your comments, your thoughts, your suggestions, or whatever. Just leave it under this video. So you over.
So guys, I would say if wishes were horses, beggars will ride.
Quote of the day. Quote of the day. Quote. Please say it again.
If wishes were horses, beggars will ride.
Beggars will ride.
Yeah.
If wishes were horses, beggars will ride. I feel like it's giving this Victorian vibes. Like, what they say. That Victorian era.
Don't drag.
That Victorian era. Guy, quote of the day, guys. Quote of the day.
Please
don't
drag.
Just frame it in your room.
You should
in your room.
Don't,
your bedroom, anywhere.
Drag me into
quote
somewhere.
It.
So, guys, I would say, that timeline you're about to change, think about it. Is it worth changing? Because they said in this life, they said
it's worth it.
Before we were made, he knows us. He knows our future. He knows our present. He knows our past. So if we were not to go that way, he would have created a sign for us. That's what I actually believe. So changing the timeline would change your personality and change so many things. But I can say it all. I'll leave the rest for you guys. Please let us know if there are things you would want to change in your life. And please let us think well. Choose well.
Choose well.
Choose well.
Think well and choose well.
And choose well.
I remember
then
the
go
quote.
And pray.
That quote.
God can just give somebody this chance. You never can tell. There might be a chance to make things right.
You guys, and that quote.
It might be open, like the door can open. And please.
The quote.
If wishes were horses, beggars will ride. Please.
Okay.
You guys should think well, actually. So
yes.
I would leave you guys to be the judge of everything. And we still thank you guys for your comments, your reviews, the shares.
We totally
thank you guys for everything. We see all of them. We can't say it all
for
here.
sharing our videos. We really appreciate you guys.
We would still love you guys to reach us out.
Yeah.
Give us topics, things you want us to talk about, things you would like to be educated on. we would go as far as we can to do that. You can do that by dropping your topics and reviewing us on our website at www.beyondboldpodcast.com. And also, you can watch this and watch many more.
Yeah.
Interest in the fight, the drama, the thrill. Watch all of them on YouTube live. I
Yeah.
won't say YouTube live. Watch all of them on YouTube
Mm-hmm.
at Beyond Bold. Don't just like, please subscribe.
Subscribe,
Don't just
guys.
subscribe, please click on the notification.
And share.
Don't just click on the notification, please share.
Share. Very
And
important.
also on all social media
Help our
platforms.
ministry. Share. You
And
know.
all social media platforms.
Mhm.
We're there. You can find us there on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at Beyond Bold Podcast. Until next time, I still remain that guy with 2 English names. As usual, this time let me turn it. David Richard.
And of course, you know who it is, your girl on your Dave. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for sharing. Thank you guys for liking our videos and for commenting. Until next time, we'll come your way. Over and out. Ciao.